Far Cry games are about exotic location, places with weird characters, but also about authenticity. And the language is really essential. We wanted the characters to speak something that could have been spoken at the time, so we turned to experts that we found to help us recreate a language that has been dead for 12,000 years.
So Proto-Indo-European was a language that was spoken thousands of years ago. It's the source of many languages that are spoken today, languages like English and Spanish and Russian, but also the source of ancient languages like Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit. There are a number of words that we can reconstruct or we know to have existed within Proto-Indo-European. So for example, the word for water was water. The word for brother was brachted. Now, we figure this out by looking at what the languages that were actually written down, the languages that are spoken today, what do they say? So if you look at the word for brother, in English we say brother. In Latin they said frater. In Greek there's a word that means a member of a secret society called prater. And in Sanskrit they have bratard. And you can take all of these things back to something like brachted. Sometimes we ran into problems where there weren't words that we can reconstruct for Proto-Indo-European. We know of about 20 different roots for the verb to shine, but we have no idea how they said yes. To figure this out, we had to think, well, how would you make up a yes, right? So what we thought was to have some sort of expression like, it is correct. In Proto-Indo-European, that would be something like, Richtom hesti.
Each of the 3 tribes in Far Cry Primal speak their own adapted form of the Proto-Indo-European language, which reflects their beliefs, societal structure, and level of awareness of the world around them.
For Wenja, we wanted a language that Proto-Indo-European could have come from. So we looked at certain very ancient features of Proto-Indo-European, and we assumed them to be the baseline for not only the Wenja tribe, but also the Udam.
Guasham ha guarpati pachars to guama parshai.
Aisha ul udami pan.
The creative team views the Azila as a more advanced tribe, so we thought it would be a good idea to give them a more advanced stage of the language.
Hisilachwe porhe hiotst. Dod. We hesti subnieti.
Well, we know that there were certain sounds within Proto-Indo-European that are very difficult for English and French speakers to pronounce. We also knew that we needed a language that was easily learnable, right? So when an actor is performing in Wenja or performing in Azila, they're not just memorizing lines and just going with it. They're learning the meaning of every word, they're learning what the grammar of that sentence is, and they have to perform it as such.